Good morning. With this greeting, I declare the 2021 commencement for Notre Dame of Maryland University now opened. We will begin with the invocation by Tavia Williams, class of 2020, and America the Beautiful, performed by our NDM choir. The words for America the Beautiful are included in your program.
Good and gracious God, it is through your love and kindness that we have reached this momentous occasion, the commencement of our graduating classes with Notre Dame of Maryland University. We are thankful for the strength and fortitude you bestowed on us throughout our education, which prepares us as leaders who can transform the world. We are humbled by your generous gifts of beauty, truth, and goodness. We call upon your eternal wisdom to be with us through this ceremony and through our lives. We ask for your continued blessings of peace, joy, justice, and love. May our lives proclaim your goodness, our works give you honor, and our voices celebrate you forever. Loving God, as your daughters and sons, we call on you to be ever-abiding presence in our lives, now and always. Amen.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber ways of grain, for purple mountain majesties above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful for pilgrim feet, whose stern impressions dress a thoroughfare of freedom beat across the wilderness. America, America, God mend thine every flaw, confirm thy soul in self-control, thy liberty in law. Oh, beautiful for patriot streams that sails beyond the years, thine alabaster cities gleam, undimmed by human tears. America, America, God shed his grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea.
On behalf of President Mary Lou Yam, the Board of Trustees, faculty and staff of the university, and especially on behalf of our graduating students, I welcome family and friends to the 126th commencement of Notre Dame of Maryland University, where we will celebrate both the class of 2020 and the class of 2021. I also welcome our distinguished speaker, Sister Mary Marr. To confer today's first degree, President Mary Lou Yam will have the honor of awarding the Doctor of Humane Letters to our commencement speaker.
By virtue of the powers conferred on this corporation by the General Assembly of the State of Maryland, we do hereby proclaim as Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, Sister Mary Marr, that all the rights and privileges attached to this degree be preserved unto her. We have issued this letter patent from our hand, sealed with the official seal of the University on this 23rd day of May in the year of our Lord, 2021.
Sister Mary Marr, a native New Yorker, graduated from the Academy of the Holy Angels, Demarest, New Jersey, an SSND-sponsored institution, in 1968. She entered the School Sisters of Notre Dame in Wilton, Connecticut the following fall, and enrolled as a student at Fairfield University in Connecticut, and earned a bachelor's degree. Following profession as a School Sister of Notre Dame in 1972, Sister Mary taught at St. Xavier High School in Brooklyn, New York. She began studies at Catholic University of America, where she earned a Doctor of Philosophy degree in systematic theology. Sister Mary taught at the undergraduate and graduate levels at Villanova University in Philadelphia and Washington Theological Union in the District of Columbia. Sister Mary was elected leader of the Wilton, Connecticut province of the School Sisters of Notre Dame in 2001, and subsequently elected as the first provincial of the newly formed Atlantic Midwest province in 2005. 2 years later, Sister Mary was elected by representatives of the entire congregation as the 11th international leader of the School Sisters of Notre Dame, with international offices in Rome. Sister was re-elected to this position in 2015 for the second of 2 5-year terms. Recognized as an engaging and inspiring speaker on a broad range of theological and educational issues, as well as global and social justice topics, Sister Mary Marr has been a frequent keynote speaker at national and international conferences. Her essays and monographs on contemporary social concerns have also generated wide interest and commentary. Sister Mary served as a member of the Board of Trustees at Notre Dame of Maryland University during her tenure as provincial of the Atlantic Midwest province from 2005 to 2007 for Sister's commitment to the mission and goals of NDMU, for her unfailing support of education, and for her international leadership. Notre Dame of Maryland University is pleased to award the Doctor of Humane Letters honoris causa to Sister Mary Marr on this 23rd day of May 2021.
Thank you very much, Sister Margaret Ellen, and a heartfelt thank you to the Board of Trustees and the administration of Notre Dame of Maryland University for this honor. Receiving an honorary degree is always a distinct privilege, but for me as a School Sister of Notre Dame, it is particularly precious because it comes from this university, this institution, this community, which has for 126 years, consistently and creatively, made real in the lives of countless women and men the educational vision and the spiritual values of the School Sisters of Notre Dame. Notre Dame of Maryland has always been, for me, a place in the international congregation about which I whispered to myself, yes, here it is. This is what we School Sisters are called to do and to be in this world. So thank you for giving me the opportunity today to say it out loud. And now to our graduates of 2020 and 2021, to all of you receiving the baccalaureate, master's, Doctor of Pharmacy, or Doctor of Philosophy degree, my heartfelt congratulations and my prayers that God will bless everything that flows from your achievement for you and for the world. You know, graduates, I was supposed to be doing this last year with the class of 2020. And we know due to the pandemic, we postponed the ceremony, and now here we are with the combined classes in this virtual celebration. It's a marvelous technical achievement, but it's not really what any of us wanted, I think. To tell you the truth, I was frustrated because I had a great speech ready to go last year. It practically wrote itself, because 2020 was the 125th anniversary of the founding of Notre Dame of Maryland. In 1895, this school became the first Catholic college for women in the United States to offer the 4-year baccalaureate degree. We could have celebrated that by noting all manner of significance. I was good to go. But there is a blessing that came to me with this necessary accommodation to the pandemic. In light of the adjustments you had to make in this year of great turning point in your lives, I realized more deeply that commencement is about you, the graduates. You know how sometimes a blessing can at first feel like a curse? I struggled so much with the question, after the year we have just lived through, what can I possibly say to you that can give voice to the joy and gratitude we feel at graduation? How can I describe all that we hope you take away with you from your time at Notre Dame? I struggled. So I did what every good student who struggles does. I procrastinated. Then, out of the blue, one day during the last week of March, a book landed on my desk, which was a gift from our Notre Dame president, Dr. Mary Lou Yan. It is a history of the college here at NDMU, entitled Pursuing Truth. It is marvelously researched and very interesting, but it is the title that intrigued me. I wondered why the author, Mary Oates, called it Pursuing Truth, a fact she does not elaborate, perhaps because it's intended to be obvious. But after just a little inquiry, I discovered that this has been, in fact, the motto of Notre Dame since its beginning in 1895. Veritatem prosequimur, we pursue truth, pursuing truth. Suddenly and gradually, what I wanted to say to you fell into place. Especially at this moment in history, especially now, what do we hope you take away with you from your time at Notre Dame? The aspiration to truth. We hope you yearn for truth, reach for it, desire it, search for it, pursue it. After the year we have had and the times in which we live, am I really going to talk about pursuing truth? Yes. You may be afraid that I'm entering a morass of complicated questions here. This is a dangerous conversation. Perhaps you're recalling some terrifying philosophy exam you faced once, or more poignantly, perhaps you're recalling a serious argument you had with a good friend or a family member in recent years about what is or is not true. My intention is simple. I simply want to make a few comments as to why pursuing truth is a fitting motto for Notre Dame of Maryland, and why I hope you take it with you for the rest of your life. You have spent time here accumulating knowledge. It has been time well spent, and I know you will do wonders with your education. But I invite you to recognize that you can fill your mind with information, with a lot of facts, and yet be none the better person for it. That is why at Notre Dame, we pursue truth. Pursuing truth has moral and spiritual dimensions. When you pursue truth, even when you do so in a most strictly scientific process, you are engaged in a moral and deeply human effort. You are trying to bring your mind in accord with the reality of something. Does what you think or say correspond with reality? It's not always easy to strive for this kind of integrity. And here is the most significant point, we never really grasp total truth. We never arrive at a point where there are no more questions, no more uncertainties. We never grasp truth as a final possession. When we pursue truth, it's like yearning toward or reaching for a horizon. Imagine a horizon. As we move toward it, more and more is revealed to us piece by piece. More and more in the foreground becomes clear to us, but never in a way that we possess the whole totally. We can never take it in completely in hand, because in fact the horizon recedes as it gives more and more to us. It is limitless. Our questioning is limitless. Our desire is never satisfied. Well, I say God bless Notre Dame of Maryland for this motto, pursuing truth. It is timeless and timely. For if there is one thing we need today, it is to distinguish between information and truth. We have more information than any other generation in history. In the 5 days I spent thinking about, reading about, and writing this talk, 1 billion tweets were posted on Twitter, and more than 10 billion pieces of content were added to Facebook. More information, more data than any previous generation. But I ask you, do we have more understanding? Do we have a firmer grasp of truth than any other generation? Do we have more integrity, a deeper commitment to living in a truthful way? Each year, the Oxford English Dictionary selects a word of the year, which is a word or expression that is judged to reflect the preoccupations of that particular year. It's judged to have lasting potential as a word of cultural significance. In 2016, they selected the expression post-truth, hyphenated as one word, post-truth, as the international word of the year. The dictionary defined post-truth as relating or denoting circumstances in which objective facts are less influential in shaping public opinion than appeals to emotion and personal belief. It implies an atmosphere in which truth has become irrelevant. Irrelevant. What a horrifying thought. Have we given up the pursuit of truth? No. And let me suggest why I think that is impossible. Anyone who has ever asked a question that comes from the depth of his or her being knows that he or she wants an answer that is real, that corresponds with reality, with what really is. Does he love me? Do I love him? What treatment is best for my mother's disease? Should I worry about my son's shyness? What school is good for him? It is impossible to carry on if we think these questions, or any sincere question, can have no real answer. We will always pursue truth, because in the depth of our being, there is an inexhaustible trust that searching for truth matters, that life has meaning, and that our deepest human concerns often come down in one way or another to questions about love. Love, what life is all about, what we cannot live without. Think back to what we said about truth as a horizon. As we move toward it, more and more becomes clear, is revealed, but we never possess it in a way that we can grasp the whole reality. We can never take it completely in hand, because in fact the horizon recedes as it gives us more and more. It is limitless. Now, substitute the word God for truth, and you have the heart and soul of Notre Dame's motto. If you shy away from the word God, as many do today, it might be useful to recognize that if you acknowledge the reality of truth, you really already know more about God than you may think. For God is the infinite horizon of truth and love. God is the name of that toward which we yearn. With this commencement, dear graduates, you begin a new phase of life's journey. It is an adventure of a lifetime, this pursuit of what is real. Stay true to it. And sometime, hopefully in the distant future, when your life comes to a close and you see the face of God, I do not think you will be surprised. In fact, I think you will cry out with joy, I know you. I've been looking for you my whole life. Between now and then, dear graduates, embrace the journey. You are ready for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Mary Marr, for inspiring our graduates with your insights. As we celebrate the graduates of the class of 2020 and the class of 2021, we take this opportunity to also recognize an outstanding faculty member, Since 1976, the university has selected one faculty colleague for the Mullen Distinguished Teaching Award. Students and colleagues nominate faculty for their ability to foster students' development and relate course material to the real world, as well as their contributions to the university and the community. We are proud to announce that Dr. Kate Bossert is the winner of the 2021 Mullen Distinguished Teaching Award. Dr. Kate Bossert, sometimes called Lady Bossert by her students, is an outstanding classroom teacher, whether the course is English 101 for first-year students in the Women's College or her graduate seminar on medievalism. Students describe her classes as being rigorous, dynamic, enlightening, and life-changing. Dr. Bossert is an expert on medieval and Renaissance literature, and she is actively pursuing several research projects in these areas. She has headed or been a member of many essential committees and task forces at NDMU. She is the co-chair of the new imprint program, and she heads the Notre Dame drama program. Dr. Bossert is indeed a tireless and dedicated member of our Notre Dame community. Congratulations, Dr. Bossert. We have come to the moment you all have been waiting for, the conferring of degrees for our newest graduates. President Yam, on behalf of the faculty, it is my pleasure to present to you all those students who have successfully completed the required course of study as candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, Master of Arts, Master of Science, Certificate of Advanced Studies in Education, Doctor of Pharmacy, and Doctor of Philosophy. Degrees will be awarded in this order.
By virtue of the authority vested by the General Assembly of the State of Maryland and the Board of Trustees of Notre Dame of Maryland University, and by them delegated to me, I accept the candidates presented by the faculty for the degrees, including those in absentia, and do hereby admit them to said degrees with all rights and privileges pertaining thereto.
Degrees will be awarded beginning with candidates for the Bachelor of Arts and Bachelor of Science. We begin with graduates receiving their degrees from the School of Arts, Sciences, and Business. Christopher Matthew Beigel. Aquilina Faginas. Kathleen Moreland. Davida Kula Rogers. Raya Mohammed Al-Aldin. Kayla Becker. Deborah Marie Burnett. Nicole M. Feltner. Ria Lynn Melgar Guzman. Lenice May Alexis Hall. Alexis Faye Morgan. Kamari Destiny Owens. Urhola Pulai. Adrian Nicole Pupura. Angela Marina Sigismondi. Ashley Mae Sims. Helen Michelle Kusi. Jennifer Winterling. Hannah Nicole Woodworth. Adam T. Al-Amari. Amira Arifat. Ashley Patricia Arias. Amanda Brooke Ashton. Aisha Ajar. Jeriza Alonsagay Balms. Darian Alicia Barton, Samantha Lynn Bell, Maria Lyubomira Blashkiv, Shaban Anne Maria Amina Bowen, Monet Kayla Brayboy, Katie L. Cardinal, Isabella Teresa Karanungan, Emily Christine Cherry, Donshay Alexis Cloud, Valentina Delasta, Kathriana Aline Dorsey, Emily P. Garzone, Elizabeth C. Grasso, Alexandra Gabrielle Guerrero, Kaylani Nikel Hall, Markel Renee Hayes, Maura Leonard, Lacey Blair Lashevsky, Maria Cristina Hernandez Mabalongan, Kayan Eli Mazik, Kira K. Mull, Alexandra Baumgart Mumma, Lyle Royce Monroe, Anne Powell Nera, Oluwaku Anthonia Onwumelo, Lauren Mackenzie Pardo, Prutha J. Patel, Colette Ann Pierce, Jessica Profilio, Ebony Sierra Rich, Fatima Hana Rimzan, Christine Ann Beltran Roa, Jeanette Rosales Blanco, Florence H. Saladino, Adamary Sanchez Martinez, Rose Dominic Lou Sebastian, Lauren Michelle Shapiro, Janeba Sidibe,
Joanne Leslie Torres,
Sandy An Hong Vo, Abigail Shea Waddell, Allison Brett Werman, Nia Antoinette Wiggins, Tavia Jody Ann Williams,
Jesse Lake Willingham,
Kelly N. Harrison, Ayana Simone Rogers, Delaney Marie Burke, Victoria Lee Gardner, Tina Elizabeth Marmion, Catherine J. Martinez Argueta, Jordan Nicole McKeldin, Jennifer A. Polar, Ludia Veens Abdullah, Janita Adube Amihir,
Hannah Janella Letigio Amodia,
Kirsten Melody Anderson, Fidelia Uwarama Asomeni, Carolyn Lisa Bayer, Haley Marie Belcher, Andrea Razule Berkheimer, Myra Miracle Bayin, Chelsea Pilar Lopez Boyd, Jerica Nicole Lucas, Jamisha Caldwell, Hannah Marie Campbell, Brianna Nicole Carter, Kalena Cawley, Ajlyn Simone Davis, Taylor A. Epps, Andrea Sierra Faulkner, Kaylee Iana Fenwick, Adriana D. Fletcher, Sasha Hardin Flores, Bisola Victoria Folarancho, Dion Asong Adabong Forbin, Bria Kiona Foster, Tiffany Amber Gary Headley, Ariel Kiana Gibson, Samantha L. Granis, Kimberly Lynn Griffith, Justice B. Heflin, Luisa Paula Hernandez, Caitlin McBride Hickey, Nadia Jana A. Hopkins, Ariel Sierra Jackson, Ayana Renee Johnson, Deborah Ann Johnston, Pakiza Kalsum, Taylor Lindsay King, Jimena Vanessa Lemus, Kathleen Louise Malone, Morgan McCafferty, Leslie Mendoza, Samantha Young Miguez Tolliver, Brianna Tanae Morton, Tram-On Nak Nguyen, Ashley Novak, Felicity Ensaya, Sadra Yanira Portillo, Maria Johnson Purcell, Luz M. Ramos, Nisba Javiad Rana, Colita C. Richardson, Cody Chanel Rock, Damika Cherie Ross, Taylor Alexis Sadlow, Gabriella Noor Shaheen, Michaela Ann Sheedy, Yon Elizabeth Shin, Elizabeth Marie Silcott, Emily Michaeline Silverio, Anjali Singh, Lacey Rashida Smith, Madison Ann Stoner,
Sarah Emerson Sweet,
Bintu Tembini, Allison Marie Trumpler, Sarah Victoria Uri, Mariana Judith Velasco Forrest, Jasmine Marcellus Ward, Kimberly Sue Gagan, Quinetta L. Williams, Vanessa Latanya Wright, Christiana Young, Latrice Cherie Lane,
Maya Diego Lazaro.
Next, we will have graduates receiving their degrees from the School of Education. Natalie Romero Bailey, Danielle Michelle DeToy, Caitlin Ogle, Lauren Elizabeth Wallace, Tamira Renee Weems, Alana Morgan Bader, Jacob A. Boffin, Carice Tamika Chase, Caitlin Marie Hawkins, Megan Elizabeth Heinrich, Julie Patricia Hipp, Melissa Rachel Hoffman, Morgan Taylor Hoskins, April Danielle Jackson, Nikki C. Jones, Maria Nedelka Moreno Ruiz, Maria Lynette Remore, Amelia Joanna Buckler White, Alexis Marie Gentry, Spencer Christian Harris, Christopher Patrick Harder, Jennifer Leslie Nelson, Tia Richardson, Lauren Nicole Talley, Sierra Nicole Vancic, Lindsay Danielle Walker, Sarah Ann Yaddy, Anna N. Andrews, Gabriel Sunday Olawayemi, Sarah Wren Canwisher, Angelique Danielle Leffler, Deborah C. Carey, Melinda Gale Cornwell, Alexandra Marie Grimm, Erica Michelle Groom, Latronda E. Jenkins, Carson Ray Liebrecht, Anthea Cheryline Lowe, Morgan Noel Lutz, Megan Prutzer, Kristen Lynette Rayleigh, Ashley Nicole Stinnett, Candace Sumner Robinson, Gabrielle Patricia Thompson, Yolanda D. Yates Diop, Olivia Christine Zinn, Helen Marie Banting, Lindsay E. Brightful, Amanda G. Greenstreet, Alexander G. Kernizek, Ellen Marie Kershaw, Chelsea Lynn Mann, Alethea Romaine McCaskill, Bernadette Marie Miller, Samantha Lynn Miller, Leah Marie Mitchell, Megan Lindsay Mullen Zavimin, Melina M. Poole, Candace Lynn Smith, Stephanie Linda Ray. Next, we will have graduates receiving their degrees from the School of Nursing. Pauline Christina Deans Bryant, Soren Gurlia, Norita Denise Slaughter, Carrie Jean Kristen Tate, Kira Shantae Thomas, Lauren E. Thompson, Adrian Marie Wade, Aramide C. Ajayi, Jasmine Ann Beischlein, Hiwat Mogis Belaine, Cheryl K. Brewer, Rachel Agnes Cooney, Timothy G. Cox, Jr., Elizabeth Rose Davis, Lori Ray DeBelka, Graham P. Doherty, Christy McCoy Elzy, Leah Wagiti Gacheo, Carrie Ann Hanna, Teresa Elizabeth Hebler, Clancy O'Sullivan Hoaxema, Kimberly Aaron Homan, Sata Kanagbu, Carlene Leonie Kerr, Amy L. Craig, Kelly Krause, John Christian C. Marasigan, Julie A. McClymont, Melanie Lynn Morrison, Julie H. Pompey, Nakima N. C., Erica Jennifer Smith, Kristen Maria Sedano, Patrice Winters, Adebola Balagan, Heather Jean Berry, Lalita E. Carver, Kaylee Davis, Judita Ann Generoso Della, Chelsea Lynn Dennis, Capucine Marie Dingle, Sierra Dawn Fenwick, Charlotte Bear Florentine, Vanessa Thais Foote, Crystal N. Rice, Yahira Fabiana Jane, Tatiana LaRae Johnson, Erin Rose Callender, Tammy Kidd Hussey, Nurin Jamal Mahmoud Abdul Monam, Mary Gabrielle Luis Lemmy Marquez, Michelle Pavlik Morris, Lauren M. Munchell, Nenji Odukwu, Eric Fausto Ortega Pegdanganin, Paulette E. Patterson, Emily Rose Pepin, Tashantia Keontae Riley, Judy Isabel Rivas, Christopher Michael Robeson, Kathy Rodriguez, Caitlin Nicole Rucci, Anna Rutkowski, Catherine Chelagat Sergin, Shanna Solis Ragsdale, Russell Alex M. Taganis, Dawn M. Valerio, Jessica Marie Wells, Jessica Victoria Baumgartner, Jessica Lee Allen, Sabrina Allo, Adaiz C. Amasiatu, Anna Barrett, Moira Ann Burzins, Allison Marie Boissonneau, Angel D. Boyd, Shayna Jordan Cullens, Jennifer Marie Dickensheets, Lauren M. Fanshaw, Allison Forney, Jacqueline L. Harris, Leanne Amanda Harrison Wedderburn, Heather E. Jenny, Kaylita Jennings, Mary Jessica Cartel, Sarah M. Kim, Jamie L. Levy, Aisha Talesha Maybank, Samantha R. Meyer Levy, Serena C. Nyer, Chase Adam Nitsky, Garrett Royal Nelson Jr., Shayna Marie Nelson, Twee V. Wynn, Josiah V. O'Sullivan, Mary Catherine Peck, Madison Elizabeth Pedzich, Lauren Gibson Pine, Katarzyna Podgorska, Sydney Aaron Price, Karen Lee Roberts, Danielle Ruby Ross, Joanna M. Rutkowski, Cornitra Taché Sampson, Michael R. Schneider, Madison Mackenzie Schutz, Leah Nelson Thyberg, Riley E. Turner, Jasmine Natasha Williams, Nidhi Abichol, Jennifer Lynn Chin. Kelly Ann Semino. Nicole A. Cowell. Leah M. German. Sarah L. Harrison. Ksenia Nikolaevna Horwitz. Kenyon Johnson. Latanya R. Johnson-Strong. Karen Elizabeth Jones. Ariel Raquel Elaine Leone. Catherine N. Mbua. Brandy Marie McDonald. Stacy Lynn Milburn. Deirdre C. Murdoch. Patricia Ortiz. Arika Lynn Pakulski.
Bivine A. Rodney.
Shanti Lynette Solet. Jessica L. Serrano. Veronica Boyeb Tamfu. Brooke Anna Marie Tetrick. Crystal Yvonne Thomas. Sarah Ann Esther Wallace. Kristen L. Coleman. Rebecca Cahill Oxamit. Gina May Alfano. Gifty Asari. Janae Mylena Bailey L. Jody Danielle Bronishaw. Jennifer Reese Bryant. Brooke B. Burley. Sneha Susan Chaco. Sheena Nichelle Chase. Fatumata Darbo. Aaliyah Marie Derry. Charmaine Rena Dyson. Melissa D. Eckert. Janae A. Fernandez. Casey E. Franks. Brooke Elizabeth Fulham. Emily Jean Glazer. Antoinette Nicole Gooseby. Desha Marie Harrison. Anna Lisbeth Jalden Rocha. Serena Lalitha Johnson. Corinne Elizabeth Kelly. June Ann Kippany. Jordan Rachel Lewis. Camille Yolanda Renee Long. Nicole Kelly Moffitt. Kelly A. Morris. Jean L. Mossmiller. Nancy Njuguna Noru. Emmanuel Orifo Ojanello. Lucy Marie Polvinali. Megan Lynn Pumphrey. Caroline Rita Roberts. Glenn Marie Marinduque Salas. Sarah Erin Jane Shapiro. Haley M. Shell. Melissa Renee Schlotthauer. Michaela Rebecca C. Mackenzie N. Shepard. Adrian Kathleen Schumann.
Yodel Eloise A. Tan.
Christabel Timothy. Gabriela Maria Torres. Yanisel Yanilka Tunyan Karetcher. Caitlin Quinn Walker. Yarni Sheree Whitaker. Victoria B. Wilkerson. Andrea Zuluaga. Degrees will now be awarded for graduates who have earned the degree of Master of Arts or Master of Science. We will announce graduates receiving their degrees from the School of Arts, Sciences, and Business. Rachel L. Byerly. Jonathan M. Desmarais. Lucy Mazzulo Jens. Lauren Marie Roars. Jenna Chiavachi Bone. Kara Corsaro Meekins. Gina Taylor Johnson. Jenna Marie Massoni. Leanne McKinley McCoy. Paul A. Merkham. Yvonne Ngalula Muchapai. Karen L. Swearsbin. Stephanie Thomas. Natalie Van Horn. Rebecca Michelle Albert. Wendy Lizmay Ayala. Tina M. Bear. Eddie Bennett Jr. Melissa Jean Carr. Santita Alia Francis Castellano. Lauren Candace Ford. Sydney Gettier. Anna Marie Gibney. Robert B. Leach. Diana Patricia Liz Cabrera. Caitlin Margaret Leah Martinez. Sarah Ray Mattingly. Allison Miller. Rhonda Blasdell Miller. Kalechi Mary Otuka. Angela Lynn Pabich. Carolyn Jean Pearson. Eric Matthew Singley. Roni Ashley Steffen. William Richard Weisner. Heather Marie Wilson. Jessica Erin Wood. Nicholas Kendall Zabrowski. Akosua Sionide Ioso. Anna Lorraine Consorte. Susan S. Ewing. Emily A. Kendall. Michelle Diane Long. Melanie Marguerite Patkus. Melanie Carls Sanderson. Cole H. Smith, Karen Ann Smithson, Jordan Alexis Summer, Brianna J. Bennett, Liberty Bliss, Susanna Brown, Joy Christine Johnson, Emily Catherine Kennard, Chin Lee, Daniel Mathwin, Marie Quinn Morrison, Bailey C. Pratt, Leah Page Schrader, Danielle Bonda, Caroline Wald Berry, Helen Vanessa Contreras, Jennifer Dawson, Jason Allegretti Freeman, Jenna Maroa Mayer, Dana Louise Mayo, Shaban C. McIntyre, Kelly R. Perry, Danielle Nicole Pointkowski, Thomas Christopher Screech, Danielle Cheryl Thomas, Kennedy Celesta Ikea Wilson, Michelle Marie Brown, Robert Leroy Browning II, Ryan L. Clark, Stephanie Martin Ehrlich, James Garner, Drew D. Meinert. Next, we will have graduates receiving their degrees from the School of Education. Christopher Michael Aiello, Jr., Taylor Lee Berry, Samantha Jessen Becker, Salvador Antonio Benitez, Samuel Tanner Buppert, Joanne Byrne, Michelle Elizabeth Clevenger, Angela Lynn Evans, Lee Ann Penn, Tierra Mercedes Herndon, Sarah Elizabeth Homan, Alice Marie Hunter, Andrew Garrett Johnson, Jennifer Lynn Jones, Jody L. Jr., Bethany Ann Kern, Ryan Joseph Kistner, Erica Brooke Landeck, Rebecca Lang, Blake Daniel Mason, Jaleesa Simone Rose, Monica L. Nolan, Rhonda L. Owen, Raven Owens, Sarah Elizabeth Patrick, Dean Thomas Solaris, Jr., Amy Marie Scruggs, Christine Lorraine Sellers, Courtney Boyd Smotherman, Heather Simpson, Jamal Marshall Walker, Jennifer Lynn Wilson, Amber Winslow, Santosh Agnihotri, Ame Trushar Amin, Aurore Anastasiadis, Leslie Aaron Anderson, Tara Christine Anderson, Nicole Antelfi Antonelli, Julia M. Bourgeois, Eric Michael Brown, Francesca Verna Calloway, Diana Ruby Casarubias, Mary Caitlin Churl, Cheney Arena S. Clemens, Salvacion Pasqua Cresidio Iris, Milan Curro, Lindsay Ann Dean, Margaret McCann Dayton, Lauren Patrice DeZino, Haley Donnell, Jasmine Brianna Reed, Sarah Christina Ford, Cameron Tyree Giggers, Matthew Donovan Gilbert, Heather G. Giles, Rachel L. Larachuda, Rachel Marie Hardesty, Erin Jean Hauser, Kara M. Hevel, Marca M. Enriquez Dawson, Courtney Rebecca Herr, Mikkel Lene Horn, Ebony Jasmine Hull, Jordan Elizabeth Kashik, Stephanie Vranam Kiero, Meryl Joy Klein, Christina Kavakakis, Nicole Louise Lovett, Adina Mihaela Manu, Paul Joseph Marek, Kayla Veronica Marshall, Paige Kim McCardle, Lauren Ann Mealy, Abigail Ellen Metcalf, Allison Renee Mila, Nestor O. Monte Jr., Rebecca Marie Moreland, Alexandra Kate Mowbray, Lisa Marie Musacchio, Jessica L. Nanny, Candace Ariane Peart, Arun Matthew Parakin, Michael B. Putt, Courtney Lynn Richardson, Hannah Shear Naff, Laura Linehan Schutz, Jessica L. Seiberd, Jennifer J. Taylor, David E. Waffle, Megan Elise West, Danielle Nicole Wayant, Carly Alexandra Wingard, Teresa L. Young, Bethany Megan Oblas, Danielle Rebecca Adams, Isa Ajich, Catherine Lynn Allen, Alexandra Justine Anderson, Samantha Taylor Andrasik, Mark Kaimana Aki, Megan Downs Back, Kimberly Elaine Banks Brown, Laker E. Barber, Douglas William Bauer, Stephanie Michelle Beach, Megan Keenan Beam, Camilla Madeline Bennett, Jennifer R. Bishop, Brian Shane Bobrow, Nicolette Allison Bowersock, Brianna Diamond Boyd, Roberta Marie Braswell, Jane Marie Bryant Dion, Tracy Lee Burke, Erica Lee McDonald, Coleman Eugene Caldwell, William Franklin Caldwell, Jasmine C. Carey, Spencer Carroll, Alina Chang, Kaya Nicole Chat, Jenna Lynn Cook,
Olivia Maria Costantini, Peter S. Costantino,
Bianca Zelisa Crockett, Ashley P. Crossland, Christina A. DeVilliers, Magdalena Magnuson Del Campo, Elizabeth Greer de Pasquale, Matthew Michael Dugan, Alyssa Nicole Engel, Carla Jean Estockson, Anna Baker Faragher, Clinton Joseph Feltz, Heather Louise Ferguson, Anna Catherine Filosa, Tricia May Dearest Fortuna, Chiara Maria Fortunato, Shmuel Aiton Gabai, Samantha C. Gannon, Misha Alexis Gay, Brianna Corrine Guillen, Angela M. Goslin, Haley Alexandra Greenwood, Rachel C. Grula, Vanessa E. Grula, Eleanor R. Guerin, Madeline Claire Hagan, Buffy E. Hartung, Megan J. Hilla, Brittany L. Hodge, Patrick X. Hodge, Leah E. Hoferkamp, Lauren Alberta Hoyson, Monica Ann Jefferson, Melissa Braswell Johnson, Chanel Nicole Jones, Monica Joins Massey, Lauren Jerd Hawks, Jessica Nicole Kitis, Maria Amalia Keefe, Kelly L. Kemp, Michael R. Cottrell, Jr., Megan Perrone Klein, Abigail Sullivan Kraus, Remy Alexandra Lehrer, Grace Ann Lennon, Nicole E. Lertora, Rory Alexandra Liu, Pancharis Limonwat, Ginger Noel Lindauer Ridgely, Giovanna Alexandra Loizaga, Ruth Miriam Lucas Limaimanta, Michelle Lee Manor, Stephanie Sasser Martin, Caitlin M. Matusik, Kelsey L. Matusik, Olivia Ann McCarthy, Christopher Patrick McKinney, Elizabeth Ann McMahon, Mary Meehan Vale, Stephanie Harkins Malefsky, Gina Gutierrez Miller, Laura Kirkbride Miller, Sherry Lynn Moore, Kristen L. Moritz, Andia Caprice Morgan, Shelby Ann Murphy, Stephanie Nicole Musselman, Colleen Laurie Newman, Monica Elizabeth O'Malley, Kudit Kimia Omer, Tanya L. Opiekun, Christopher D. Osborne, Kristen Renee Pierce, Demi M. Pedley, Abby Rebecca Peller, Mary McCarthy Penny, Rachel Megan Pierce, Julia Margaret Ponton, Cortez D. Prather, David Donald Quinton Shine, Ma Vilma Banawis Ramos, Lydia A. Ramsey, Sarah Catherine Rash, Germania Pacheco Rebadengo, Mary Catherine Riesing, Alexandra Catherine Richardson, Rachel Nicole Rowland, Zachary Robert Rowe, Rachel Rudo, Jessica L. Salim, Edgar Michael Sauer III, Amy Virginia Scott, Amy M. Searfoss Fitzgerald, Jeralee Segarra, Carla Maria Sereno, Carrie Bernstein Shahadi, Neil Shapiro, Nancy Carolyn Shivery,
Shaquila V. Shockley,
Daniel Jason Shump, Danielle Lynn Simmons, Brooke Elizabeth Simpkins, Luke Clifford Sinkler, Courtney DeWan Smith, Margaret Grace Smith, Anita Ellen Montez Snyder, Brittany Ann Snyder, Caitlin Marie Soloway, Megan Jo Sawinski, Kellen Paul Stifler, Christopher Andrew Stimmel, Katie Lynn Stour, Casey Nicole Strickland, Catherine Gruby Tebow, Christine Amy Stalter Thompson, Joshua T. Thompson, Catherine Ann Thompson, Caitlin Marie Trosbach, Abigail Vasquez,
Christina Venturini,
Stephanie P. Vinson, Rachel Michelle Ward, Melissa Natasha Johnson Warner, Mary Claire Danko Waterman, Chantelia Tyler Weaver, Brian Joseph Welker, Robin Michelle Williams, Michelle Gallion Williamson, Lucinda Wilson Kapelke, Michael Alexander Cedric Wright, Susan Elizabeth Zagar, James Roberto Avampado, Gail Ramona Calhoun, Nicole Elizabeth Cleveland, Shannon Denise DeSantis, Karen Marie Desir, Miranda Lynn Brown, Leslie Edwards, Kevin C. Hook, Margaret Nicole Jackson, Matthew Wayne Karpus, Nicole Renee Locker, Carly Lane McComber, Madeline Nicole Makowski, Nakia McKinley, Rachel Marie Norton, Mary Kay Peak, David Michael Peterson, Candace Marie Pledger, Christina Alexis Raucher, Ruth Esther Smith, Cameron Patrick Steele, Rebecca Lynn Stowe, Jacqueline Marie Stratmeyer, Jessica A. Tyler, Clara E. Walter, Melissa Danielle White, Megan Whitling, Carrie Ann Adams Bowie, Alyssa C. Albro, Kimberly Conley Allen, Nicholas Salvatore Atanasio, Rebecca Carolyn Baker, Jessica Brooke Ballantyne, Sarah Beachy, Rebecca A. Bunch, Kristen Anna Byers, Megan K. Cannelli, Andrea D. Capel, Ms. Nicole M. Jacopina, Tiana Yvonne Coleman, Christina Marie Colvin, Tonto S. Corbin, Jr., Paul M. Davey, Amy Michelle Dykes, Angela Eicher, Kyle Denton Esham, Kristen Bogan Fisher, Riley Elizabeth Fisher, Christina Ellen Fraze, Jane Elizabeth Gervasio, Mariana Grace Good, Catherine Hamblin, Caitlin Beatty Harrington, Scott Andrew Hartman, Brandon Keith Host, Winifred Elizabeth Boggs Huxall, Diamonia D. Jackson, Sarah Elise D'Alessio, Tammy Abul Hawa Jones, Tony Renee Jones, Lisa Marie Kelly, Marcus Jerome LeCount, E. Kurt Lenau, Ian Gordon McInnes, Juan Carlos Maldonado Gaida, Shannon Clark Martin, Ashley Elizabeth Meyer, Terrence Jeremiah McNeil, Imani Quinn Minor, Julie R. Mezak, Jennifer D. Moses, Sydney Jane Nestor, Olubakola Olutobi Oriowo, Mia R. Palmer. Christian M. Palapoli. Alexandra Petrone. Yaneth Morena Posada. Lindsay Marie Puopolo. Emma Barnes Regal. Lucius Nathaniel Robinson. Courtney Nicole Rose. Melissa Ray Sadowski. Patricia A. Scalise. Mary Lindsay Scarf. Mary Kristen Scheffenacker. Delia Denisha Shoj. Odette Devera Cison Wilkins. Megan Ashley Dawn Soley. Philip Charles Speak. Magdalena Stanulescu. Paige Stevens. Taylor M. Stockinger. Elise Julie Taylor. Amanda Weeks Thompson. Mary Charlene Wiggins. Andrea Janelle Williams. Gregory Allen Willison. Dominique M. Wilson. Sharon Ann Wilson. Kara Lynn Windsor. Hannah Nicole Woodworth. Amira Arifat. Rebecca A. Zyla. Patrice D. Anderson. Scarlett K. Anderson. Ivania Marisol Del Cid. Stevie Rhiannon Barras. Robert Bishop. Eleni Elizabeth Boot. Kelly Kuzik Brashears. Corey Allen Brown. Kimberly M. Brown. Hannah Buchenmeyer. Angie Calloway. Ashley Lauren Nicole Carter. Emily Christine Cherry. Catherine Grace Deaver. Alyssa Danielle Dembski. Danielle Michelle Detoy. Jacqueline Rochelle Diggs. Holly A. Dillard Cranfill. James Matthew Dominguez. Madison Kendall Fell. Patrice Kendra Fenwick. Katie Lowe Forbes. Brendan Patrick Ford. Catherine Grace Franz. Evangeline Furton. Sarah Elizabeth Given. Jason David Goldman. Ada F. Gross. Andrew William Hallman. Brittany M. Holder. Teresa Pearl How You Kin. Emily Lynn Huber. Claire Marie Huckenpohler. Stephanie Ji Yun Huang. Renard Johnson. Caroline Marie Miller. Jovi Luna Yanora Casper. Taylor Alexis Ann Kent. Julia Marie Coltis. Casey B. Lee. Samantha Nicole Lee. Kimberly Ann Lizick. Chetana Maria Long. Jacob Lovelady. Desiree Charisse Madden. Melanie Kathleen Maldonado. Candice Helene Mandel. April Ann K. Marshall. Devin Elizabeth Mackenzie Neary. Margaret Frances McEwen. Amanda Marie Marilat. Bianca Carmela Morales. Ramira Josephina Moss. Alexandra Baumgart Mumma. Emily Gaetana North. Grace Eventus Ocon. Courtney M. Oltman. Lauren Mackenzie Pardo. Jennifer M. Pecor. Lori A. Pellock. Colette Ann Pierce. Caitlin Victoria Johnston Poiter. Samantha Nicole Prestel. Margaret Cannell. Scott Van Buren Rathbone. Kelsey Ray Regal Morgan. Leanne LaRae Schuneman. Tessa M. Schwartz. Cody Sears. Jane E. Sims. Timothy Skarda. Stephanie Smetana. Fange Monique Advian Dionshell Smith. Jill Caniglia Springer. Claire Spurrier. Kelly Dealey Stewart. Sonia L. Stonewall. Anna Morgan Strachan. Allison Marie Tarish. Mary Catherine Tennant. Timothy Allen Tiemeyer. Candace Laren Thomas. Kendra Nicole Thomas. Rebecca May Triber. Patricia Ann Ernosky. April Renee Valley. Grace Vitek. Iana Amani Wakefield. Desiree Martina Watkiss. Shannon Elise Wilson. Julie Marie Wysocki, Savannah Yoder. Next, we will have graduates receiving their degrees from the School of Nursing. Susan Carol Ewers, Al-Hassan Kabiya, Krishanda M. McEwen, Amber Elizabeth Bowers, Constantia Hermina Bryson, Christy L. Collins, Nicole J. Damansky, Taylor Marie Ferguson, Jordan N. Harris, Grace Hui Mui Lee, Melissa Ann Morgan, Alexis Taylor Phillips, Jennifer Riley MSN BSN RN, Deborah K. Skultedy Robinson, Oluseyi Sharon Agbaje, Donna Marie Arnstein, Jamie Nicole Avery, Florence Marie Baumgardner, Jennifer A. Berry, Brekira H. Bradford, Catherine Burns, Tanika S. Carter, Teresa A. Carter, Yamizi R. Daniel, Susan A. Galusha Babango, Carrie L. Goff, Nancy S. Kelly, Kimberly Ann Lewis, Susan Jamini Midget, Catherine Ann Music, Michelle T. Pitt, Angela Dawn Riddle, Christy Katarski Rocha, Lisa Franzone Ryan, Kristen Elizabeth Sessa, Cindy A. Shreve, Dorothy Teresa Steinheis, Laura Marie Street, Emily Hunter Worthman, Ikea T. Sally, Majida Ahmad, Takia Taliba Burrell, Brandy E. Caver, Annie Palmas Duremdes, Takesha Franklin, Joshua LeBoy, Carrie Ledoux White, Kara Miller, Joseph R. Perrin, Kier Peters, Winna Lou Rogers, Cindy Rolls, Michelle Via Malikdem, Oluwafunmilayo O. Adebayo, Ashley Deanna Allen, Catherine Abigail Brzezinski, Jeremy DeJesus, Alyssa Carolyn Grising. Ngozi N. Iwudike. Elizabeth M. Zittle. Stephanie Lynn McCory. Odette Flores Reparip. Shayna Rochelle Skeffrey. Kristen Statkowitz. Antione Larissa Stiles. Kira Shantae Thomas. Paulo Alexis Jose Untalan. Degrees will now be awarded for graduates who have earned a Doctor of Pharmacy or Doctor of Philosophy degree. We will now announce all Doctor of Pharmacy graduates. Faraz M. Gohar. Wu Bum Han. Tiffany June Loretta Howard. Sandy Wendy Oken Ginsberg. Dean Julian Andrew Weatherly. Roland Wong. Adiranke O. Akinbamowo.
Suzanne M. Al-Nabelsi.
Darshita J. Amin. Tiffany Crawford. Stephanie Ding. Labas Dumbia. Carlos L. Echevarria Maldonado. Megan Brianna Gilliam. Paula Jampy. Camille Hines. Tiffany Lauren Call. Ha Young Ko. Zainab E. Kuse. Allison Nicole Lunsford. Kimberly Diane Lee. Kadra Marahil. Rachana K. Mehta. Chinyere Ashley Onyarimba. Regina Owosu Heming. Ellison Park. Mateo Pelia. Leora A. Quarty. Katie M. Rexroth. Tanaz Shirazi. Julie Balzer Sibison. Sabari Nair Surendran. Akila Egodam Tico. Jamie Ann Eliza T. Tubau. Angela Elizabeth Tyree. Yuritsa I. Velez Burgos. Lavelle Williams Smith. Abigail Kathleen Birch Wilson. Harriet Kaye Yaboa. Stephanie Noel Young. Barima Owusu Sekiere Frempong. Adiola Adegbohan. Oscar D. Alvarez Lorenzo. Carlos A. Amador Zavala. Bridget Amby. Kofi J. Ando. Atiye Atifat. Penelope Atsidis. Foloruncio T. Ieni, Brittany Botescu, Joshua William Cook, Cedric Edwards Aquino Cuerpo, Magdalena Karobi de Costa, Dana Victoriana del Tufo, Adam F. Diallo, Tuan Quang Don, Chukwadozi Enwizi, Azedi Azay, Maggie Adele Fahim, Victoria Anna Fusco, Yesha M. Garcia Menendez, Sarah Golem Rezai Bushaheri Najad, Carinas Paula Gonzalez Reyes, Cassandra M. Gonzalez Ramirez, Sarah Han, Stephanie A. Millman Jackson,
Joan Kariuki,
Mina S. Khalil, Isanet Nicole Leon Feliciano, Wintana Mitsun, Scola W. Muriuki, Joan S. Enchumalu, Hannah Elizabeth Neal, Roshanik Noruzi, Christy Kukwa O, Henry Nnamdi Okoro, Allison E. Panchishan, Janavi N. Patel, Brittany Brianna Peak, Nicholas K. Policandriotis, Donna Prosamenter, Heidi Vanessa Rivera Muniz, Mari Angeles Rivera Reyes, Dania Rizwan, Mawa Sadat, Sohail Samet, Camelia I. Santiago Renta, Iwan Sato, Ayman Sheikh, Shima Sheshblaki, Kishla Tubins Collado, Lisa Marie Tubins Diaz, Melissa Tang Vu, Jendai S. Williams. We will now announce all Doctor of Philosophy graduates. Tracy Regina Banks, Pauline Smith Kleisis, Sheila Elizabeth Rode, Kathleen Ann Welsh, Henry Raymond Robleski, Catherine Lavin Brave, Patrick Michael Dobmeyer, Katie Lauren Krug Filling, Aaron Ray Goulden, Orinthia Divine Harris, Justine F. Kaduri, Carl Gilbert Michael Rade, Kathleen Michelle Reinecke, Jillian Marie Rocchio. Susan Rupert Sargent. Lona Lee Truelove. Matthew James Sullivan. Michael R. Feist. Kara Danielle Jean. Michael John Quinn. Shomara Enid Rivera Pagan. Lisa Ray Tratner.
Congratulations, graduates of the classes of 2020 and 2021. As you reflect on your time at NDMU, and especially these past 2 years, I'm sure you are feeling immense pride in what you have accomplished. I know you want to thank those who have encouraged and supported you on your academic adventure: parents, spouses, grandparents, children, friends, faculty, and staff members. Graduates, I hope you take this moment to celebrate and thank those special people in your lives that have assisted you in getting you to this momentous occasion.
Congratulations to all our new graduates. To honor the achievements that this occasion marks, Sarah Uri, class of 2021, was nominated by her peers and faculty to address us with special remarks.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for the honor of speaking to you. It's not lost on me the privilege I have received. As much as I've looked forward to this day, I've always disliked endings. Finishing the last chapter of a good book, the final afternoon of summer, or parting ways with a close friend. Yet, no matter the effort nor the discipline, endings are unfortunately inevitable. Leaves fall, you close the book, you say goodbye, and today is that day for us. Although we are not together, we are moving on. Yet, if there's anything this year has taught us, it's that some people are so much a part of who we are that they will be with us no matter what. They are our solid ground, our North Star, and the small, clear voice that pushes us forward into tomorrow with courage and conviction. Whether they're sitting next to us in our living room or states away, their friendship will be our strength as we go bravely into this new world. But believe me when I say, there are far greater things ahead than anything we leave behind. What we cannot do is live our lives always afraid of the next goodbye or the coming of new beginnings, because chances are they're not going to stop. The trick is to recognize when a goodbye has left us with an even greater thing. I don't think I can move on without first recognizing those who have given me so much. To the professors who spent endless hours pouring their time and effort into us, thank you for teaching us that education is a constant endeavor, something that will follow us long after our formal schooling is done. The gift of becoming a lifelong learner is not one I will soon take for granted. To my friends, classmates, and sisters, thank you for keeping me sane when those same professors I just thanked assigned 7 papers in the same week and I nearly lost my mind. For inspiring me with your passion, courage, and tenacity. From writing this, I've realized that the memories we share cannot be done justice in the form of simple words. You all have been the best part of my time at Notre Dame. And I know, beyond a doubt, the classrooms, hospitals, and courtrooms that you all grace will be beyond lucky to have you. To the young women who will one day call this university home. Gibbon's 5th floor has the best view of the sunset. Try to see it at least once. No, you will never be able to hit the high notes of the alma mater without sounding like a dying cat. And yes, your time at Notre Dame will push you in ways you never thought possible, but you will come out a stronger woman because of it. Oh, and if you ever happen to sing happy birthday to a girl during your freshman orientation, pay attention. She might just change your life. To my family and to all the families watching, thank you for your countless sacrifices you've made so that we could be here today. They did not go unnoticed. Mom and Dad, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for your endless love and support. A line in a speech will never be enough to thank you. I remember in my NDMU 100 class, the mandatory freshman seminar course here, we were asked to write reflections about our experiences as first-year students. It became rather common, in my class at least, for us to begin statements with a rather exuberant, as a strong independent Notre Dame woman, and explain how whatever service project, mandatory reading, or campus event that we were forced to go to had shaped us. When we leave this room, or whatever room you happen to find yourself sitting in, and venture out into the quote-unquote real world, I challenge you to show them what it means to be a Notre Dame woman. Be defiant of social pressures. Lift up other women rather than seeing them as competition. Build inclusive communities filled with people who don't look or think like you. Challenge yourself to expand what you thought you knew. When someone tells you something, listen, and listen well. Most importantly, love others in such a way that makes them think of the world differently. Serve them whenever the opportunity is given. By doing these things, we foster the mission of the School Sisters of Notre Dame and remind the world how powerful an all-women's education can truly be. One day, of course, this chapter will turn into what the poet Wordsworth so beautifully called the language of our former hearts. Words that we no longer speak every day, or with most of the people we've spent the past 4 years with. Instead, these words will simply evoke for us this time, this place, and these people. Yet, part of us too will remain forever at Notre Dame in our enduring efforts to understand ourselves and the world around us. And friends, it doesn't end here. We will go on to learn new languages, build new memories with new people. The love that we have so graciously been shown will echo out into those we interact with daily. As long as we remember how to do what we have learned here, to fearlessly go out and change the world, nothing will be restrained from us, which we could ever imagine doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah, for sharing your experiences and your inspirational words for us all. Congratulations to you and everyone in the class of 2020 and the class of 2021. Next, I'm proud to welcome President of Notre Dame of Maryland University, Dr. Mary Lou Yam, for concluding remarks.
To the classes of 2020 and 2021, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and alumni of the university, congratulations. It is my pleasure to welcome you as official alumni and alumni of Notre Dame of Maryland University. Indeed, you, the graduates of the classes of 2020 and 2021, have made history. In spite of a global pandemic, you have remained steadfast, resilient, and have persevered to fulfill your program requirements and earn your degrees today. You are each an inspiration to all of us. This is your day, not an ending, but a beginning. The future is yours. You have arrived at a milestone moment. And if I were to pile up all the cliches about graduation, they would tower over me. These phrases do not parallel our story. Our university story is one of pushing the boundaries and going beyond. From the moment our doors opened in 1895, we stood out. A news piece from that time applauded our curriculum for its ability to meet the ever-increasing demands to give women the opportunity for intellectual training as thorough and comprehensive as is afforded to men in the best colleges of the country. Not a popular philosophy in 1895. Our university was awarding degrees to women before our nation even granted us the right to vote. We stood out then, and we stood out now. As you each write the plot of your own stories, know that you are joining a collection of standout alumni leading the charge in their fields. In medicine, Dr. Susan Love, the world-renowned breast cancer surgeon. In engineering, Lavita Koopa, a NASA electronics engineer and Black Engineer of the Year from the class of 2003. In military service, Elizabeth Pascal Hoisington from the class of 1940 served as the first female brigadier general in the United States Army. In service, Desiree Young, class of 1997, is vice president of programs for the Tory Burch Foundation based out of New York City. The foundation advances women's empowerment and entrepreneurship. In healthcare, Zach Arciaga, class of 2016, an MSN graduate, is an assistant nurse manager at Johns Hopkins Hospital and was named one of Baltimore's best nurses by Baltimore Magazine. I have no doubt future students will know your stories and be moved to create their own. We celebrate the passion, struggles, and successes that carried each of you to this moment. During your time here, you've been surrounded by a community that recognizes and values the whole person and our individual ability to affect change in our homes, communities, nations, and the world. And you have already begun transforming our world through your work as student teachers in classrooms, in pharmacies, community health and service organizations, in businesses and internships, in hospitals and healthcare facilities, on the playing field, go Gators, and in study and service work worldwide. Your artwork, photography, poetry, and writing have enabled you to express your deepest truths and challenges others to think, to question, and to dream. In the years to come, I encourage you to utilize our mission statement as a life compass. It speaks volumes about what the School Sisters of Notre Dame, our faculty, and staff members have prepared you for. It charges us to strive for intellectual and professional excellence. Never stop nurturing and nourishing your soul. It charges us to build inclusive communities. The benefits of understanding and inclusion are boundless. It charges us to engage in service to others locally and globally. Helping others expands your worldview, builds character, improves the lives of others, and therefore your own. And our mission charges us to promote social responsibility, work for the common good, fearlessly and faithfully. Carry the Notre Dame spirit with you and stay connected. You make us all, NDMU, proud. In closing, I reflect upon this graduating class, the more than 1,100 of you, and think about the impact you will all have as you go beyond NDMU. And it reminds me of a famous quote by Margaret Mead, an influential American anthropologist. Never believe that a few caring people can't change the world, for indeed, that's all who ever has. Congratulations and God bless.
Thank you, President Yam, for challenging us to live our mission to transform the world. As we conclude our program, Tavia Williams, class of 2020, will offer the benediction, followed by the Alma Mater, performed by the NDMU choir.
Because the mission and charism of the School Sisters of Notre Dame is to promote unity in our diversity, this benediction includes elements and language from several of the religious traditions represented in our Notre Dame community and in the 2020 and 2021 graduating class. In the name of our Creator, God, Adonai, Allah, most gracious, most merciful, in the name of God who lives amongst us, and in the name of Mary, Mother of Jesus of Nazareth, or Mother, Notre Dame, we pray. O God, throughout our education, you have inspired us, infusing our soul with the knowledge that you are the source of everything. You have promised us that you will shower us with blessings. Because we have found wisdom, we are blessed. Because we have persevered, we are blessed. Because we give of ourselves, we are blessed. From the fullness of God's grace, we have all received one blessing after another. Now, in turn, may we be a blessing for others. May all of us within the Notre Dame community be enlightened by God's blessing and share them wherever we go by saying, "The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace." With that peace, may we go into the whole world to live the good news of God's compassionate, love to every creature. Together, we raise our voices and say, Amen, 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 Hallelujah.
We raise our voices proudly, dear Notre Dame, to your name. How rich is the heritage your students claim. The years have made you glorious to those who seek after truth, answering the challenge you set for our youth. Founded in a great tradition, strong in wisdom's might, you bear the colors of Our Lady, her blue and white. And we who share these college years, spirited or calm, pledge our love forever to you, Notre Dame.
Thank you, Tavia and the NDMU choir. To those who joined us today and our newest Notre Dame alums, I declare the 2021 commencement of Notre Dame of Maryland University closed.